Marcus is 41, works as a civil engineer in Phoenix, makes $96,000 a year, and last March he called me almost whispering, like he didn't want his own house to hear him. He said he'd sold his index fund position in October 2022, right near the bottom. Then he watched the market climb 24% over the next 14 months without him. He bought back in at the top of that run, and then he said something that broke my heart a little. I don't understand. I read all the right books. That's what we're talking about today. Not math, not strategy, not which ETF has the lowest expense ratio. We're talking about the thing that makes a smart, educated engineer with a graduate degree do the exact thing he knows he shouldn't do. Twice in the same year. Because here's the thing. Bad investing isn't usually an information problem. It's a feelings problem. And your feelings move faster than your logic. Always. Let me show you what I mean. There's a concept called the disposition effect. It was documented in 1985 by researchers Sheffrin and Statman, and it describes something almost every investor does without realizing it. You sell your winners too early. You hold your losers too long. Not because it's smart, because winning feels good and locking it in feels safe. And losing feels terrible, so you don't sell, because selling makes the loss real. Think about that for a second. You are literally managing your feelings instead of managing your money. A study tracking 10,000 individual brokerage accounts found that the stocks people sold went on to outperform the stocks they kept by an average of 3.4% over the following year. Every year. They were making the wrong call consistently, and the emotional logic was invisible to them. Marcus did exactly this. He held a position in a single tech stock that had dropped 38% because selling it meant admitting he was wrong. He couldn't do it. The stock went down another 29%. That was a $23,000 mistake. Not from ignorance, from pride dressed up as patience. Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. I'm not telling you Marcus's story to make him look bad. I'm telling you because I am Marcus. Or I was. When I was 31, I had a position in a REIT, a real estate investment trust, that had gone up 40% in about 18 months. I knew it was time to rebalance. I'd read the books too. But every time I went to sell, my brain invented a new reason to wait. Let it run a little longer. It might hit a new high next month. I didn't sell. Then the sector corrected. I gave back 22% of those gains waiting for a peak that never came. Let me be honest with you. The reason I didn't sell had nothing to do with analysis. I was addicted to watching the number go up. That feeling, that small hit of satisfaction every time I checked my portfolio, was running the show, not me. That's the part nobody tells you. Your brain has a built-in scoreboard, and it cares more about not losing than it does about winning. Research from Kahneman and Tversky, the psychologists who basically invented behavioral finance, showed that losing $100 feels roughly twice as painful as gaining $100 feels good. This is called loss aversion. It's not a character flaw, it's wiring. Ancient, primal, designed to keep you alive on the savannah, not to grow a brokerage account. The result? You make 10 good decisions when the market is calm. Then one volatile week hits and you blow up 3 of them because the fear response overwhelms the rational brain. It takes about 400 milliseconds for your amygdala to flag a threat. Your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part, takes longer. Fear arrives first. Always. Now. What does this actually cost you? Dalbar, a financial research firm, has been tracking this since 1994. Their most recent 30-year study found that the average equity investor earned 6.3% annually, while the S&P 500 returned 10.2% over the same period. Not because they picked bad stocks, because they move in and out at the wrong times, driven by feelings. Over 30 years, that gap, 6.3% versus 10.2%, on a $50,000 initial investment is the difference between $305,000 and $898,000. Wild, right? Nearly $600,000. Gone. Not to fees, not to bad advice. To the emotion tax. To the feeling of dread at the bottom and the feeling of confidence at the top. Here's the reframe that changed how I think about all of this. Your emotional reactions to the market aren't random. They follow a pattern. It's almost identical to the Kubler-Ross grief cycle. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Markets go up, you feel invincible. Markets drop, you deny it's serious. Then you get angry, then you bargain. I'll sell when it gets back to what I paid. Then depression sets in, and you sell at the absolute worst moment just to make the pain stop. Then you accept the loss. Then the market recovers, and you missed it. Marcus did every single one of those steps in 9 months. I've done it. You've probably done a version of it. And knowing about it doesn't automatically fix it. That's the frustrating part. So what actually helps? Here's a framework I call the pre-mortem rule. Before you make any portfolio move, buying or selling, you write down one sentence, not what you think will happen, what you're feeling right now. Because if the sentence starts with, "I'm scared," or "I can't take this anymore," or "this feels too good to last," you don't make the trade. You wait 72 hours. That's it. Just 72 hours. Studies on cooling off periods in financial decisions show that a simple 48 to 72-hour delay reduces emotionally driven trades by about 40%. You don't need a therapist, you need a waiting period. The second piece is position sizing. If a single position can make your hands sweat when you check your phone, it's too big. Not because it will definitely lose, because the emotional volatility of watching it will cause you to make irrational decisions. I keep nothing above 8% of my portfolio in a single holding. Not because 8% is magic. Because above that number, I've noticed I start caring too much. My feelings start managing my money again. And third, automate your entries. Set a recurring investment on a fixed schedule. Every 2 weeks, every month, same dollar amount. You remove the decision point. You remove the emotional interference. The single best thing Marcus did after that phone call was set up a $600 automatic investment every 2 weeks. He stopped trying to time anything. He just let the machine be boring for him, now. If you're someone who earns a solid income, who reads the right things, who understands diversification and compound interest, but who still finds yourself making reactive decisions when the market moves hard in either direction, this is for you. You're not uninformed. You're not undisciplined. You're human. But that humanity has a price tag. And the price tag, compounded over 30 years, is enormous. The market doesn't beat you with complexity. It beats you by being boring and uncomfortable for just long enough that you flinch. The contrarian edge isn't knowing more than other people. It's feeling the exact same fear they feel and not acting on it. Tonight, before you go to bed, open your brokerage account and set up one automatic investment. Any amount. $50, $100, $600 like Marcus. Take the decision out of your hands. Let the system be calm when you can't be. That's the whole move. The behavior is the strategy.